Hello and welcome. Today is 31st December and the last day of the year 2009. On this day and from the tomorrow, New Year starts. So very first, I would just like to wish everybody in advance a very happy New Year, and along with what I would say, a year of good karmas. Because today I would like to talk and explain about karmas. Because we had seen various subjects and various things that are important for the spiritual growth. But the most important and really of prime importance is your karma. So whenever you are doing any type of karmas, every karma there is a sort of an action which will always have a reaction, and in the same way the life proceeds, and with all accumulation of your different type of karmas as good, bad, worst and other things, you are getting the results. And whatever today you are facing in your life is either your present karma or your past karmas. Now, when we talk of these karmas are divided into three types of karmas, where we can say that as good, better and best. Now, when I say good karma is any karma that may be done with the self-interest or the self-motives, but which is basically a karma when average people will call it good because it won't harm anybody. There is only the thing that your selfishness is there, so it will be called only as a good karma. So any karma, if you do in spite of your own interest and in the interest of somebody else as your family member or your kith and kin, can be a better karma. And the other karmas which you do for the sake of the society in the global and with a very vast idea in your mind and with a big spectrum can be called as the best karma. And accordingly, this is the spiritual ascension what you call, because a person who is spiritually accented, has achieved spiritual ascension is always inclined towards doing the best karmas and always interested in those things. The people with an attitude to do the best karmas will always have an advantage to walk on the spiritual path, and they can progress on the spiritual path very easily, because the basic aspect of working for others without any expectation is the greatest regarded aspect and is supposed to be the best karma. Then again in the karmas, as I say, whatever karmas you do, you will have to pay for it. So you should just keep in mind that whatever karmas you are doing, you will be paying for it. So that you will be always conscious and sensitive to perform always good karmas. Now many times, as far as your past karmas may compel you, and during the times when the difficult times are there, you are bound to go haywire or you are bound to go wrong. Just try to avoid those things and try to remain on the karmas that you are performing at present to be very good, so that one day definitely the past karmas will be over and the present good karmas will always help you to go ahead on the spiritual path as well as in your life as whole. Now when we call as karma, the karma again can be explained in three ways. Now sometimes the karmas can be by action, sometimes karmas are verbal, and sometimes they are by thoughts, that is by your mind. So it is body, mind and the verbal things, whatever you do. Accordingly you will have to pay for everything. So any karma that is done, good or bad, will be decided in all the three aspects, as whether it is a physical, it is a mental or it is a verbal. So accordingly you will get all the results. So in the physical karmas, it is just by physically harming somebody or in taking such type of physical actions which will create problem for others or will not help anybody by any way. That will be a physical karma, harmful karma. Then again when you do something, you are thinking bad in your mind about someone else, but you are not acting on it. You will not create a big aspect on it. But still, because of the thinking, it is a mind bad karma for you. And thirdly, if you are just talking something bad about, that is the worst thing now, which people always do. Without knowing anything, they just start talking on anything and anybody, start abusing someone, start commenting on anybody, making loose comment on others, on their characters and all. Is the worst type of thing that one has got, which will also develop a very bad thing around him and which also creates a bad magnetic flux because of this talking. So as they say, if you are throwing bullshit at others, one day you will definitely find yourself in the bullshit. So one should be aware of this factor also, that whatever you are doing and what karmas you are performing, they should be completely purified and they should always have their own essence in the way that you, with your thoughts, your body, mind and even the verbal way. So as far as the verbal way is concerned, try to always talk good, because it is the verbal karma that you are creating by talking wrong things about somebody else or just defaming anybody, talking without any knowledge, or even if anything is there, we should always talk good and try to see the good things in anybody. Now suppose there is a bad person having many bad qualities, just try to find some good quality in him and try to enhance that quality, which is the better thing. If you are always continuously abusing the bad person or with the bad qualities, then his quality are going to get increased. Whereas if you enhance the good qualities in him, he may try to improve himself and just talk on the good things about him. Don't try to talk about the bad things which are already known to him and everybody knows about those things. You need not tell everybody all those things. and why you unnecessarily want to create a verbal karma in that way. This is the sum whenever total which we calculate. Herein I would just try to tell you an example. There is an illustrative story, which is a very good story, which will just explain you how one has to repay for his own karmas with his actions or his words or anything. This is the story of a person who was a very good person, a highly studied person, a philosophically inclined person who used to like to talk on various different topics, and for public awakening and public awareness he used to give lectures, conduct lectures, and he used to travel from one city to another city, and his life was completely dedicated and devoted to his task of the public awakening and telling good things, what he has read, what he has learned, what he has acquired. So one day while traveling through, he has been traveling to different places. So one day he happens to travel to a small place in which where he has a lecture attended over there, and the person over there is the host of the program, is the big person in the town, and he has invited him to his house to stay in. Then naturally what happens, the wife of that host person, she gets attracted towards him and creates some vested interest with him when he is not interested in her. So actually he does not pay attention to what she is trying to do and tries to explain her how it is wrong and all. But because of this, her ego gets hurt that he is not responding to her. So she tries to defame him and she tries to bring him in such a situation that, and she starts shouting that this person is molesting her or he is just trying to have some illicit things with her. That time people get angry and that person is beaten up and punished, and both of his two hands get cut off because in the act all those things are going on. But the person then again he goes to the takes the treatment, again becomes okay, and still he is continuing with his job. He says, okay, this must be some of, he knows very well that this must be his own karma, what he is paying for it. And with two hands cut off, he is just doing all his job and continuously praying God and trying to find out the reason about his what should be the reason behind it. So one day, because of those things, he meets a person who is a very highly divine person. Almost you can say he is like a god, whom you can say God, who knows everything, who has got a knowledgeable man, whom he just pleads and asks him, see, if you can tell me, the person is pleased with him. He says, you may ask for anything, I will get for you. He says, no, you just tell me why both of my hands got cut off. I don't know, but I am not able to understand what sin I must have done, or what should be my karma. So that time the wise man just smiles and he tells him that, okay, you want to know it? Now I will tell you. In the past birth, you were just a pandit who used to give lectures and all, who used to do all the good jobs, daily go to the Ganges, have a bath over there, and after the bath you were just walking your road, and you just saw a cow who was just running like very furious. She was running fearfully and running with all her efforts to save herself, perhaps to save herself from something. And a person was running behind her. When you saw the person was from the slaughterhouse who just wanted to kill the cow, and he was running after her. So that time the person saw you. He knew that you were a pandit and you won't talk lies. So he just asked you where the cow has gone. Now you being a pandit, you were in a problem that you didn't want to talk lies, because it will be a very bad thing that if you talk a lie, it's supposed to be a very bad sin, but it's a very bad habit to talk lies. And you were known for that, you never talk lie. So, but now you don't want to talk lie, but you were an intelligent person. You found a way and you just said you won't be telling anything lies or not doing any wrong karma. So you just raised your both of the hands showing the direction where the cow has gone. And now, this birth now, the cow, she took the birth again, and she was the lady who tried to attract you, and she for the same reason. And that time, because you had shown both of your hands to her direction, both of your hands got cut off. This is the way how any of your action now, it is only by action, this is the karma. So your hands, they were just, you have not talked anything wrong. So it was no. But since you are doing all good karma, things are going good with him. But this was the karma which he created. So see how one should learn from this story, when you can know the essence of karma. So again, with this story, I just want to emphasize on the factor that it is always the karma that will determine what you are doing and what is going to happen with you. Nothing else. Other things do matter, but they will be total sum of everything. But the basic important thing is karma. So today on the 31st of December, I wish you the next year of all good karmas that you will do, which, and suppose you will try to, those who are doing good karmas will try to do better and the best karmas in their life and have a good spiritual life ahead.